All right. Am I live? I have no idea. How's everyone doing today? Can you guys hear me? I I'm hoping everybody can hear me. I'm trying to do this for the first time. So if you guys can hear me, can you let me know in the chat? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Somebody? Anybody? All right. Thanks, Stepher. Um, I want to thank everybody for joining. I'm still trying to learn how to use this live stream. When I did the live stream with Josh, he was basically in control of everything. So I've been wanting to do my own, and part of my own, I guess, self confidence thing is kind of doing my own live stream. So I decided, you know what, let's try one tonight. So I have no agenda for today. I just really wanted to take this time to speak to the community and get to know you guys. I think over the last couple months, especially with the Discord server and even Reddit, I started to get to know quite a few of you guys, and even by email as well. So I'm feeling it's time for me to do a live stream and just have a good chat with you guys. So, like I said, there's no agenda for this. I just really want to be able to chat with you guys, maybe talk a little bit about tourism, maybe talk about the videos that I've been putting out, and any questions that you guys might have. So, yeah, I guess to kind of start off things, there's a couple of things I actually wanted to talk about, and one of the things I was actually looking forward to the interview that I did today, and I was very happy when G responded to me on Reddit, and I've always been looking for somebody to talk to that is just south of British Columbia, in Whatcom County or Skagit, or even down as far as Seattle. So I think a lot of us are avoiding going to the cross border towns that we used to go to, and I've always been interested in how is Bell's Fair doing, and how is Skagit County and things doing. So for me, I was very happy to hear from G in terms of how things are going down there, and when he said that you can roller skate inside Bella's Fair, I'm not gonna lie, but that did kind of make me happy, right? So yeah, it looks like we got a starting to get some more people in the chat. So um let's see who we got. Robin's here from Richmond. Kind of cloudy. Good to see people from home. I think now that I'm not in British Columbia anymore, it does make me happy when I start seeing people from home, and especially when people are sending me photos from Vancouver and the Lower Mainland. So nice to see you, Robin. Who else have we got? I'm still trying to learn how to use the chat, so forgive me if I miss any comments. So we got people from all over. I see. I see Kay is in the chat. Nice to see you. Fort Frontenac, Canada. Thomas, hey, how's it going, man? I don't know where Fort Frontenac is. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it, but appreciate seeing you in the live chat, and I appreciate also the super thanks that you're sending over as well. We got 1FO90G from Denmark. How's it going? Why you all spotter? Hey, how's it going, man? Um, I'm definitely looking forward to chatting about your aviation analytics that you're compiling. So thanks for sending that over. And I think maybe, who knows, maybe when I do present it, maybe I can get you on a live chat to talk about it as well, or maybe at least get you on a call so you can kind of help to explain it, because I'm far from being an expert. So next we got some guy called Raven. Hey, how's it going? Stephanie C. Hey, Stephanie, how's it going? Air Mitch, good day. How's it going? Robin, you already mentioned. Snitch Malu. Did you see Carney on Polive? Polive? I actually haven't seen it yet. I usually spend the mornings, my time, catching up on videos before I head to work. But I'll be sure to take a look at that. So we got John from Northeast England. How's it going, man? And Maria, what's the co-host doing? The co-host is out of the room. I closed the door this time, so you guys might hear scratching on the door. But I kind of wanted to make my first live stream less stressful, and I think having the co-host in the room might stress me out. So I decided maybe this time around I'll leave her out for now. So I've got Rob from I'm in SG, nearly midnight. Oh, hey, you're in Singapore. How's it going? Um, yeah, I mean, it's late for us. I mean, it's almost yeah, I mean, we're the same time zone. It's almost midnight, but I figure this might be the best time to be able to catch those in North America as well as Europe. So glad to see some people from Asia here as well. I'm one of the Canada's European allies, Ahsoka. Hey, Ahsoka, how's it going? So I've been chatting with you in the Discord server. North Star, hey everyone. David from Toronto, late morning in Toronto. What time is it in Toronto? I think it's about 10, should be about 10 a.m. or almost 11 in Toronto, right? I think so. Highlander, Florida governor lies about tourism numbers. Yeah, I think we all know that. I mean, you know, I think that's the Florida numbers is actually what kind of got me started on this channel because I remember DeSantis said something about how Florida is having like record years and stuff like that, and that kind of got me digging in a little bit more. And I think that's kind of what started the idea of me having a channel. So yeah, I totally agree with that one. Renee says hi GTL and all. Rob, hello all. And moving on, enjoyed that interview. Thanks very much. I mean, you know, I would love the community's feedback. I mean, you know, I actually in the first interview I did with R, I was nervous as hell, and I actually, you know, wasn't sure how it would turn out. But as I'm starting to do more, I'm actually starting to really enjoy the interviews. So if you guys want me to keep those up, I'm totally fine with doing it. So I just need people to talk to. So if you guys know of anyone that has a story or feedback or anything that wants to jump on a call with me, I'm very happy to do so. Or even if any of you guys want to jump on a call, just reach out to me by email and we can just chat and shoot the shit and basically just talk about all things Canada and US, I guess. So like the stream. Peggy says, hey, lovely, great, appreciate your channel and all the work that you commit you do for this community. Definitely my most favorite. Thank you, Peggy. And Peggy, I know you've been around since almost the beginning, so I really appreciate your support. CanMav says Bellis Fair used to be the place to be for cross-border shopping. Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, I remember in the early 2000s, I used to go down there just to do shopping. And even in my high school days when we only needed a driver's license to cross, Bellis Fair would be the place that we would go to. So yes, Lena says hi from Europe. Europe, we really like your videos and streams and others. It gives an insight of what's going on. We do get some news, but the raw madness happening in the U.S. I appreciate it. I mean, one thing I've been really surprised about is that when I first started this channel, I had no idea of the global support and exposure I would get. And I can't remember what video it is, but this is something that you guys probably don't know, but it was one video I did in the past where all of a sudden I started seeing comments from Europeans, Australians, and even those from South America and some from Asia as well. And for some reason, I guess the algorithm must have pushed it, over to um, the international community, and all of a sudden I started seeing more viewers from all over the world. So I really appreciate the support. Stitch Malu says from Fort Worth, Texas. How's it going? David says good morning. Hello all. Jack from GTA. Steffer, great to see you back, Steffer. I know you took a break because you mentioned you wanted to take a break from social media and stuff. So I totally get it because there's sometimes where I feel like I'm a little bit burnt out and I just want to disconnect. But I think with this channel I got to keep it going. So Steffer, great to see you back. Ben Coom says greetings and salutations from Belleville, Ontario. Adjudicator says, hey man, how's it going? It's going good. Nodia Skova. Let me say it. Let me try that again. Notia Skova. Hi from Halifax. As you guys know, I'm brutal at names. So I mean, when I'm doing my videos and I'm trying to pronounce other cities in Canada, I do apologize if I'm totally butchering the names. So Highlander says hi from Port Lucie, Florida. It's good to have Florida viewers. I mean, I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I mean, I know in my videos, it's sometimes I do get a bit carried away and I generalize all U.S. citizens, but I try my best not to. So, if you are a U.S. viewer on my channel, do know that I do value and also support you as well. But sometimes I think when it comes down to doing certain reports or there is some U.S. exceptionalism going on. It sometimes I do let my emotions get to me. So for my US viewers, I do apologize if I do end up just generalizing, and I really don't need to. Um, Rocky, Rocky Roy, 9949, Zurich, Switzerland. Nice to see some viewers from Switzerland and also the support as well. Some guy called Raven, balmy -8 in Southern Ontario. Yeah, I won't tell you what the temperature is here in Malaysia. I'm kind of sweating right now, so I don't mean to rub it in, but it's definitely a lot different than what's going on in Canada right now. Amanda says, "Good morning from Muskoka. Morning from Southern Ontario." Kevin, Maple Leaf, hit the like. Thank you. Yeah. Josie, YUL, Bonjour de Montreal. Glad to have supporters all across Canada, and like I said, I don't have a agenda for it. I just really want to kind of vent and talk with the community. But just reading out these comments makes me realize, holy crap, how many viewers do I have around the world, but also across Canada as well. So um yeah, Deep Digger says I'm behind enemy lines in Alberta. I don't agree with that. I mean, I think yeah, there's a lot of talk coming out of Alberta right now with the whole separation movement and stuff, but I don't consider Alberta behind enemy lines. I mean, I got friends in Alberta. My wife is from Alberta. We got a lot of viewers from Alberta that are not for, the separation. So, I still consider it part of Canada, but in my point of view, there's a small group that are just making a lot of noise. So, yeah. So Thomas from Kingston, Catsy Muse. Yeah, you made it. Like I said, I have no agenda for this call. Probably going to go on for about 45 minutes to an hour or until my wife wants to go to sleep. But I'm just here to chat with everybody and see how things are going. So Mark says he's from Central Vancouver Island. It's foggy. I'm gonna guess in Port Alberni or Comox area, somewhere around there. Janet says hi from Halifax. Wicked says well in Ontario. Morning from Winnipeg. Sufferdis comes from Puerto Rico. Elbows up. And yeah, thanks for your support and elbows up. Ben Coombs, I'll be honest, haven't seen today's vid yet. That's fine. I mean, the videos are around, and I think today I only have one video, but some of you guys have messaged me and even emailed me saying that GTL, don't burn yourself out, and I just want to touch on that topic a little bit because I don't. Yeah, okay, maybe I am burning myself a little bit out, but I also believe too that it is on the topics that I'm doing, right? So, over the past couple of weeks, there's been so much crap going on with the Orange McNugget, threatening Greenland, putting tariffs on and, making verbal threats and insults to our country and whatever else. And yeah, I have to admit, I think when I'm doing those kind of videos, it does kind of stress me out a bit or burn me out. But when it comes to the, tourism, the boycotts, the, ice safety and stuff like that, I feel that's more my niche and I quite enjoy making those videos, right? So I want to thank the community for thinking for my well-being, but I think for me, I know what my niche is. I know what videos that I want to do, and I try to make a perfect balance of that. So um, yeah, so we got Aaron from Winnipeg. I think I already said that. Beastone from Winterpeg as well. Why you all spotter? Sure, no problem for live chat. Yeah, I'll talk to you on Discord. I mean, maybe we can figure something out. Might not be a live stream. Maybe we'll jump on like a 5 to 10 minute call just to put into a video or something. But I'll reach out to you. So David, Maple, Ontario here. Alex from Romania. Wow, we got people from Romania. Nice to have you here, Alex. Deep Digger, me too. Central Alberta for me. I'm not keeping up with these. There's comments. There's so many of them. Fort tried to get into the Discord and won't set my browser. Safari only affects accepts Google. I'm not sure about that. I'm not really a Safari or Discord person, so maybe I will reach out to one of the mods, or if one of the Discord mods are actually here, if we can talk about that later, just to see if there's any restrictions. Glad you guys like the otters. Also still working on some of the working on what we chat about. Oh yeah, so thank you, Raven. So Raven's been helping us out with some graphics for the Discord server, and also helping me out with some ideas for my channel as well. So personally, I'm getting tired of my thumbnails and even my overlays. So Raven and I have been kind of talking about new ideas on how I can maybe do a bit of a revamp on my branding. My wife always tells me I'm a left brainer. I don't have any creative experience, and I'll be honest with you, I think my thumbnails look like they've been created by a 5-year-old. So, Raven, I really appreciate your support, and also, giving me some suggestions and things like that. So, Robin, hi from London, Ontario. We got Mr. BN Natural. Oh, hey, I live in Bellingham, Washington. Just saw your 2BC place in Trader Joe's last Sunday week. Keep up the boycott of my stupid country. Looking forward to being in Victoria this spring. Mr. B Natural, I really thank you for your message. And, I think my video today, you know, it, I want to say I hope you don't take offense to it in terms of, you know, the fact that many Canadians are, boycotting your country, but obviously we have reasons for that. But the fact that you just said, keep up the boycott, for because of your stupid country, it tells me that you understand, right? So I hope one day, things do get better. I do miss going to Trader Joe's. And things like that. But obviously, we have our reasons on why, we're not going to, the United States. But I do hope the businesses that I used to support do survive, and I do hope there is a bigger movement against your government, and hopefully it does grow. So, yeah, great to see support from Bellingham. Herman Harper says, good morning. Morning. LOCN says, hey. Kindly Lisa M says, hi, GTL. Hello. Good morning from Penticton, Neviscos. Nice to see people from Penticton. I haven't been to Penticton since I was a kid. I think the last time I was in Penticton, I was probably about 11 or 12 years old. And I think the only thing I remember from Penticton is the river or the creek that goes from Okanagan Lake to Skaha. So I lost my keys there and my wallet. So if you find it, it might be in that creek somewhere. So I don't know where it is, but that was my biggest memory of Penticton when I went. So Lone Wolf says, hey, guard. Hey, Lone Wolf. Good to see you. John Cutchin and Stephen Harver was way better. Awesome to see them chat. Yeah, I haven't seen the whole chat yet or the whole video, but it is good to see two sides agreeing, right? And like I said, I don't want to get too political on my channel, but I do feel that two old guards agreeing does speak volume, right? But I'm not really too sure what it's going to do for the current governments that we have, right? But it was good to see the two sides agreeing. So surprised seeing you doing a live stream, says Brian Funk. Yeah, I'm surprised doing it myself because I've been kind of holding off on doing my own solo live streams. I mean, when I'm doing it with Josh, I feel a little bit more comfortable because I'm talking to Josh, right? But this is my first ever live stream, and I'll be honest with you, it feels weird kind of talking to myself in my room. But I think I'm slowly starting to get used to it. So but yeah, thanks for the support, and hopefully I get more comfortable doing these, and I will yeah, I do want to bring on guests as well. I mean, one guest that I really do want to have a Q&A with is Wayne Smith. So Wayne has been featured in a couple of my interviews. He's the tourism professor at the Toronto Metropolitan University, and we talked about doing a live stream together, so then that way the community can start asking him questions on tourism, right? Because I'm no expert. I'm just a regular Canadian. I'm just kind of thinking what I feel, but I'm not an expert. But I think it would be better to have a live stream with an actual professor and expert in the industry. So I think once I told Wayne, once I get comfortable with doing these live streams and hosting it, I'll get him on so that the community can do a Q&A session with him. So yeah, that will happen in the future. So yeah, thanks, Brian, for the message. Um, Gillian, we have Gilly from UK. Hello from the UK. Robert, can you tell my wife Sandra that your cat wants to talk to her? Yeah, the cat. I closed the door this time because I wanted to kind of focus on this live stream and not worry about whether the cat's being too loud right now. But yeah, she's quite the character. We actually call her the monster because she looks cute and all, but she kind of has her moments where she can turn into a monster and the claws come out and things like that. But yeah, she's awesome. I mean, she's she's just a very she has a lot of character. That's all I gotta say. So um Robin says love the co-host. Yeah, I think I think a lot of people love the co-host, and I think a lot of people actually subscribe because of the co-host. So Lone Wolf, I'm really enjoying your new format. Yeah, I'm not sure what format you're talking about. Whether it's I mean, I've been trying to change up a few things and get the community more involved. One of the things is starting to post a bit more community posts, because you guys are posting a lot of great comments, and I do want to start to feature them more. I haven't got to my video yet where I post. I want to create a video that is dedicated to my community and the feedback that they give in terms of the current, boycott and administration and things that are going on. So that's one thing I am wanting to do. But I do want to start doing a bit shorter videos. So anywhere from like 5 to 10-minute videos where I'm finding that when I do my regular videos, I can't really fit in everything into one video. And by the time I get it ready for tomorrow, it's kind of already old news, right? Yeah, I think I'm just testing out a few new things, and we'll probably be doing a bit more, maybe a longer video and then followed up by a shorter video. So, but yeah, Lone Wolf, I appreciate it, and I'm always open for new ideas. So, um, Renee says you need to get her a live stream bag. Not sure what you mean by that, but if that's for the co-host, maybe I'll try to figure out something. Your co-host will need a break from the door. Well, I think she's with my wife right now, so hopefully my wife is keeping her occupied. So, uh, CanMav, Kay says Asia representing, and yeah, you know what? It's cool to see more support from Asia. And I think when my channel first started, obviously it was Canada. We had some people from the U.S. Then it grew over to Europe, then South America, and I think Asia is really starting to catch on board now too. So, Colson says almost dinner here from Scotland. I won't take up too much of your time. Today is just a kind of intro live stream and me trying to get used to it. So I'm right here in the heart of Mega, Maple County, PP's riding, Deep Digger. Uh, I mean, whether you're in his riding, I mean, you're still in Alberta, and I still consider Alberta part of Canada, right? I just feel that there's a lot of loud people there. So, keep up the fight, keep being vocal, keep countering. That's what I have to say. So, 17:55 in Romania, so that's 5:55 Romania. Okay, yeah, it's now 12:13 a.m. here in Malaysia. So I don't know how many hours back behind you are, but it's almost your dinner time, I guess. So yeah, people are letting you know the times. Good morning from Burnaby. Ah, very familiar with Burnaby. Good to see you. What time is it back home? It's about 8:13 back in Vancouver, I think, right? Um, yeah, 11 a.m. in Toronto, almost noon in Halifax. I am here. Call out the cat. We need the meows. Nah, nah, nah. Maybe next time. I don't want to bring in the cat this time. I think she's going to be too much of a distraction for me, not for you guys. So we'll bring her in next time. So hi from England, Wheatley, Windsor, Ontario. Nice to see so many friends from around the globe. Yeah, I mean, I'm very humbled to see so many people from around the globe watching and supporting my channel. So, Derp Santis lied about the numbers. Shocking. Yeah, I know. Um, the economy looks nearing like a system collapse. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going on in 2026. So, you know what? I mean, the title of this live stream is really predictions for 2026, and One of the things I've been really thinking about, I mean, we're all really distracted with, Epstein files going on and Trump threatening Greenland, Trump threatening our auto industry and things like that. So, what is kind of flying under the radar right now is the sentiment of Canadians and what we're still feeling towards the US, right? And, I had a good chat with Wayne offline and we were talking. I asked him myself, I said, what do you think is going to be the prediction for 2026? And he also feels too that 2026 may actually be a worse year for tourism and boycotts than 2025. So, one thing I have mentioned on my channel is that I firmly believe this as well, because one of the things that we have to remember is that 2025, we technically had some people who might have been reluctant in going on their vacations to the US because they pre booked in 2024. So I think enough time has passed, and we've had a year to kind of see how dysfunctional it is south of us. That I know many Canadians are not booking trips to the United States. So one of the things I can give an example on is that I did have friends that went to Las Vegas last year, and they pre-booked their trip in 2024. But there was too much for them to lose in terms of financial wise, right? So they went. Um, they also got hassled at secondary at pre-clearance, but when they come back, all of them said, "Yeah, we're done with the United States." So I'm pretty sure my friends are not the only ones, and I think that's going to be a big factor this year in seeing the cross-border numbers go down, but also the tourism revenue go down even more. So, not only that, I actually have a video coming out tomorrow that is going to discuss um, U.S. taxes, because we're starting to see reports now on 2026 budgets, and the lack of tourism tax revenue is really starting to hurt them. So, um, that video will be out tomorrow. And I think you guys will enjoy it, because it is showing how some cities and counties and states are really starting to think, "Uh-oh, we're missing a bunch of money. We have to start cutting some programs and things like that." So that video will be out tomorrow at my regular time. Yeah. So let me continue on with the comments. Forgive me, guys. I'm starting to everything just kind of reset, and I lost my place where I am. So if I missed your comment, I do apologize. Niagara Falls in the house, and we're not crossing the border at all, from Scott Fraser. Glad to hear that. My parents went to Niagara Falls for the first time, so they went in September and had a blast. So this past fall was actually the first time my parents have ever been anywhere east of Alberta. So they had a great time. Went to Where did they go? They went to Toronto, Niagara Falls, Ottawa, Quebec City, Montreal, Halifax, Moncton, and a few other places as well. So it was a full trip for them back east, and they got to experience a lot of the cities that even I haven't been to yet. So, whenever I do get back to Canada, and I'm back settled in Canada, I'm definitely going to be making a trip back east. So, um, Brent says, guard rock on. Thank you. Peggy says, algorithm somehow knew you keep recommending your channel to me back when you had a couple hundred followers. Yeah, I mean, Peggy, I totally recognize your name, and I know you've been here since I think I was like around 2,000 subscribers, or maybe lower than that. So I really thank you for your support. Stephanie says, you're sounding more confident in your interviews. I've Maybe it sounds like that, but when I'm actually doing it, it's not. But one thing I've been doing is, like, I've been pretending that I'm doing work interviews, because I've done hundreds, maybe in my career, I've probably done about three, maybe 400 interviews total. Just regular people, and I'm confident in those. But when I'm doing interviews, and I know that thousands of people are going to be watching after it, does give me a little bit of jitters. But I appreciate you saying that. I'm starting to feel more confident. But yeah, I mean, I'm starting to enjoy them, to be honest. I mean, I think the last one with G that I did on Bellingham really kind of opened up that, hey, I can actually do this. So, TJ Bear says never going back to the USA. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on the same sentiment. Um, uh, Adjudicator says the one you dropped this morning was great. Thank you. Snitch Malu, tourist numbers mean little. It depends on how much spending and people owning vacation property, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I've been really wanting to find out is the actual people crossing into the United States. How many of them are going down for leisure, and how many of them are going down for work and commercial, right? So, problem is, I don't think we're ever going to find those numbers. So, for me, and the people that on my channel that I talk to regularly that have been helping me find data, we've been trying to see if there's ways that we can get some targeted data to show specific people crossing into the US that are there purely for leisure and try to filter out the ones that are going for work or going for family or whatever else. So it's tough, but I think if there's any way we can you know, try to find and narrow down how many people are going, that'll give us a better indication. So let's see. Thomas, the ums and make you sound human. Yeah, I know, but I do it way too much, and I cringe when I edit my video. I'm just like, holy shit, bro. Just don't do too many ums, right? So, but thank you for that. I appreciate raw edits rather than polished script reading. Thank you for that. I mean, yeah, I mean, when I was reading scripts, I mean, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but at least in the last five, maybe actually probably the last week, I've gone script free. So usually, what I used to do is before is I have my videos and I basically put it in a notepad what I want to say, and then once I'm ready to say what I need to say, I'm reading it from the notepad. But it takes me like sometimes takes me like 5 or 10 takes to read it over. But in the last week, I've gone script free, so I'm just kind of saying things off the top of my head. Obviously, I still need to kind of do edits and stuff for that, but I'm not reading from a script anymore. So that was one of my 2026 goals is to try to sound a little bit more natural, try not to read, and just kind of say what I want to say from the heart, right? So, but appreciate that, Maple Mason. Hello from your friendly reconnaissance connect. Hey, Tawny's been around for a while, and I really appreciate your support. And she's one of our moderators on Discord, not Discord, Reddit. So if you're on my subreddit, you can see here on the screen. She's helping to moderate the Discord. So, which reminds me, I saw a comment earlier on someone saying that one of their posts was blocked, and I have given my Reddit moderator some instructions to try to keep the post related to Canada, right? And I also do realize now that things are starting to blur. There is no straight line when it comes to Canada and the US. So let me talk to my moderators on Reddit. And, I think we need to kind of take it on a case by case basis, right? Because I know there are some people posting on the subreddit that, it might not look like it relates to Canada, but in the sense it does, right? So let me talk to my moderators on Reddit, and we'll try to see if we can adjust. And that's on me because my initial instructions to the moderators were it has to relate to Canada. So you can take it out of me instead of the moderators because they're just following what I told them. So um, I'd be down. Probably be need to check what I can and can't say. I'm not sure what that's about. I have 3 snowbirds on my street. All 3 sold their houses last year. Scott, where I'm assuming you're going to be in either Arizona or Florida. But regardless of that, I mean, it's good to hear these because I like a video that I just did a little while ago. That's that the guy at the Snowbird Association, the president, or whatever, is continuing to say that he's got lots of snowbirds still going and whatever else. But I'm trying to counterbalance that and show reports that hey, it's not all roses and all good things. There are still snowbirds that are saying no. So I'm glad to hear that there are snowbirds on your street that have sold. So love how you're being yourself now. Even the ums are great. Thank you, Robin. I mean, I'm starting to get used to it. I'll chalk it up to just building my self confidence. So, Dusty says hi from Sweden. Hey, Dusty. Appreciate your support for my channel and love seeing people from overseas. Maybe Gen X from YouTube. Her family moving to BC. Yeah, I saw her channel. I know she's a U.S. citizen that moved to Canada. I actually looked up her socials to try to see if there's any way I can get a hold of her, but she doesn't have an email or contact method that I can reach out. So, but yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future. So, dual citizen, afraid to come back to visit Canada, scared of the U.S. checkpoint. You know what? That's a good point because I do know some people in the U.S. You know, there are Canadians that are on green cards and they're working there, and they've been a bit hesitant on coming back to Canada to visit and then going back in the U.S. just because they don't know if they're going to have hassles at the border, right? So, but you're not the only one. I've had people email me saying that they would love to come to Canada to support because they don't want to spend their money in the US. You know, one person said they would love to go to Niagara Falls on the Canada side to support, but they're worried about going back into their own country. And they were not a dual citizen; they were just a regular, full U.S. citizen. But they were reluctant to cross into Canada because they weren't sure what was going to happen coming back. So you're not alone, Highlander, on that. As White says, German government warns before ICE. The media sees them as SA. Yeah. One thing that I'm wondering is like all these other governments around the world are giving warnings on traveling to the United States. And I'm still curious on why the Canadian government has not issued an official travel warning. So, that's one thing I'm hoping that gets done. But who knows? Hopefully it changes from a green status over to a yellow status soon. Scott says Western New York is really hurting from our boycotts. Sad to say, but I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's one of the things I did learn is that yes, New York overall is a blue state, but as I had this channel, I started realizing, okay, New York is blue, Washington is blue, but some certain counties and certain regions and cities may be red, right? So what I did learn is that a lot of New York, a lot of the border small towns and stuff are actually red. So I'm not sure if you guys remember, I did a report on, I can't remember if it was Maine or New York, but one of them had a bar owner that used to see a lot of Canadians. And, he refused to blame it on the government and just blamed it on the exchange rates. So, with that kind of attitude, it's like, why would Canadians want to support him, right? So, but thanks for the update, Scott. Colson said this channel has been a grounding element, keeping me going full doomer. Yeah, yeah, thank you. I don't know how to react to comments like these, right? Because n- I'm nothing special. I'm just a regular Canadian with a cat and just kind of seeing it how it is, right? And but I think it also makes me realize that I'm not alone in this, and there's a lot of people that also globally that also agree with what I'm saying and how I'm feeling. Some of my friends have mentioned this in my videos. Some of my friends and people close to me, some of them are way too apathetic about what's going on, and some of them kind of care, but most of them, I'll be honest with you, they really don't give a shit, right? So if I'm bringing up a topic like this, they may say, you know what, you're just overreacting, or you're, stop thinking about it and go on with your life, right? And I'm thinking, well, this is a threat to our country. So, having this channel does ground me as well. So, Colson, I really appreciate that comment. Ben says, don't forget the like. Yeah, 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 hit the like as well. Um, some people have told me that there's like a hype button. I don't see it. I don't know if it's because I'm in Asia, but apparently there's a hype button you can hit as well. But I don't know what it does, but if you see the hype, apparently you're supposed to hit it. So Miles says, hi from snowy Nova Scotia. Hello. Tony says, no US passport. I think he's talking to Highlander. JK says, good day from the Netherlands people. Netherlands is on my bucket list. My wife and I want to go there. Hopefully one day. I mean, with my work and employment, I've done a lot of travel within Asia, previously in the US, which I will not do anymore, and a little bit of travel in Europe. But my travel in Europe has really only been to London and a few Eastern Europe countries, but I never had enough time to explore. So, I think one day my wife and I are going to have to go to Europe and explore. And Netherlands is on my bucket list as well. So I'll be heading there. Um, Patso says, warmest greetings from Vancouver. I love seeing people from home. So, appreciate having viewers from home. And yeah, keep me updated on how things are going back home. I love seeing people from home and love seeing photos as well. Same people worldwide must unite. Definitely agree on that. Highlander talking about his passport. David from Toronto is talking there. The whole world is in trouble. 945 is a felon in office, and conservatives are constantly slandering each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with the world right now, but it's pretty crazy right now. Um, let's see what we got here. I'm really behind on these comments, so I'm not going to be able to read all of the. Oh shit! I just figured out how to read the super chats. You know what? I should have really called Josh first to try to figure out how to use the system, but I just figured out how to read the super chats. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, so super chat, we got the first one from Tawny, member for 6 months. Hello from your friendly name, Reconnaissance Canuck. We got Lone Wolf. Thanks for the $5. Loving the new format. Keep up the good work. Really enjoying your content. Keep up and take care of yourself from Kingston. Thank you for that. Francois B, super sticker. Thanks for the super sticker. Barney YD, thanks for the 20. Wow, thank you. GTL, take a day away to do something you know will relax you. Yeah, I think my wife and I are probably going to take a getaway soon. There's one of the things about Malaysia is that there's a lot of holidays here because um, I'm not sure how many people know this. I mean, I think the person from Singapore probably knows this, but there's like three main cultures here. So there's the Malay culture, there's the Chinese culture, and Indian. So the thing that happens is that I actually get to celebrate all three holidays. So there's a lot of holidays that we have here in Malaysia. So I definitely need to start taking advantage of that. Thomas, weekly comment reading, format's name of the video, and then read the comment. Appreciate your super chat as well. And Thomas has been someone who has always contributed to my channel, so I really appreciate the super thanks. And you've been around for a while, so I really appreciate it. Tawny also gifted 5 Guard the Leaf memberships, so thank you, Tawny. And where am I? I'm just here. Okay. Lisa Barda, 1701 with a 549 super sticker. Thank you for your support. And Sylvia P, 4917 with a 699. This is great, GTL. Thank you, Sylvia. And you've also been around my channel for a very long time as well. So I think one of the big things that is really humbling me now is that I did not expect this channel to grow that fast, but I also don't want to be a content creator that just pushes out videos and doesn't, chat with the community or and interact with the community. And one of the biggest things that really bothered me when I started this channel up is that in the beginning I was able to respond to everybody, right? Because there was, some of my videos only got like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 views, and I would only get maybe 50 or 60 comments per video. But as it literally happened on one weekend. I remember that one of my videos somehow got traction, and instead of responding to 50 or 70 comments, I had one video that blew up and I had 2,000 comments, and I was just like, okay, I just reached the point where it's getting out of hand and I cannot reply to everything, right? So that bothered me because I was not able to respond to people that I started to get to know to because I simply could not keep up. So one of the things that I really enjoyed was, one, I created the Blue Sky, so I can speak to everybody on Blue Sky and get to know people there through DMs. I also created the Reddit so that people can post the Reddit is here. So I mean, if you guys are not aware of my Reddit server, we got a bunch of posts here, and I created this server because one of the things that I did on my channel is I restricted any links from being posted in the comments. So if you're trying to post a link in the comment for me to see, those are actually filtered out. And the reason why I did that is because in the beginning, people were posting, scammers were posting links that were actually harmful to you guys. And I didn't want anybody to get harmed because of a comment or a link that they posted in my channel. So I disabled that. But the reason why I did that is and created this is because on my subreddit, if you have a link that you want me to see, of course you can also email me, but my emails are getting flooded. But you can also post it here as well. So you can see there's a lot of people here that are posting links in my subreddit, and we got a lot of people also commenting as well, right? So You can also have conversations here. Let me see here. Bourbon advertisement in Australia. So this person from Australia is just, informing us that they're starting to see American or US advertisements. So there's definitely conversations going on here. But my point is that, if you're on Reddit, you can go here and, post it out and have conversations with people. But I think the biggest change and the thing that has helped me connect with you guys is the Discord server. So if you're on Discord, you can check out my comments or my page. Maybe if there's one of the mods here, if you can post a link to the Discord server. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can reach me there faster. I'm usually on Discord a little bit more. And that way I can start to get to know you guys. So there's a lot of you that I've gotten to know quite a bit over the last month and, really appreciate your support. So, all right, who do we got here? I'm lost my tr- uh, lost where I am. Uh, okay, so Lisa became a new member. Thanks for becoming a member. Um, John D with the 20. Thanks, John. And John's been another person who's been around for a very long time. So I really appreciate your support. And Professor Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Always enjoy my chats with you, but they're usually missing coffee. So we'll have one on me. Well, I would love to have, I mean, you can have coffee. I can't have coffee because usually when we chat, it's like 11 p.m. for me. So if I have a coffee, I'm going to be up till about 3 or 4 in the morning. So, but yeah, I'm glad to see you practicing with live stream. Perhaps one day. That's the goal of today. I mean, I have no agenda for today. I just want to practice, get to know the community, chat with them, and eventually, Wayne, I think you and I will have a good Q&A session with the community. So let me get a few more under my belt, and I'll let you know when I'm ready to host a live stream with you. So yeah, what time is it? I think I told my wife I would keep this to an hour. So we got about another 15 minutes before I got to drop off. So, and I totally lost my place in the comments. So I'll try to see if I can jump into a spot where there's some comments. So um, let's start here. So Ram says, "Oh, a lot of streamers have a few admin logins going through chats, posting relevant questions to grab with the streamer." Yeah, I'm still learning how to do the streaming thing, so I think maybe we can. Once I start getting used to it, I'll see how my mods can help me out with the comments. So, greeting from Kerrisdale, Vancouver, currently in Japan. Nice. I used to be in Kerrisdale quite a bit at the rink, so very familiar with that area. And good to see you're traveling the world. Hello from beautiful BC. Oh, I got a lot of people from home here. Nice to see you here, Barbara. And Ron, yes, busters, religious fantasy, like the case of malaria, it flares up at worst time. Ron, I see you in the comments all the time, and I really appreciate your support. Ron always comments and has been on my channel for a very long time. So thank you, Ron, for your support. I refuse to fly. Gonna have to get me a boat to sail there. Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, some people don't like flying, and if you don't like flying, it doesn't give you very many places to travel. So, I totally get that. But I guess you can do a lot of road trips within Canada. So, um, extra holidays, north of Toronto. I really need to travel Canada. I mean, I haven't done that very much in my life. It's always been to the U.S. And I have been thinking about that. I'm like, I always think to myself, why did I always go to California? Why did I always go to Las Vegas? Right? When I could have went somewhere else. So it's something that I'm definitely considering moving forward. So, in here. So, good morning, GTL from Cornwall, Ontario. The work you've been doing is amazing. Thank you, Tiffany. And like I said, I'm nothing special. I'm just a regular Canadian like all of you. So, one of the things I do want to change and not really a change of format, but I do want to get you guys more involved. And I was chatting with somebody, and we were trying to think about ways that I can get regular Canadians like you or anybody else onto my channel. So, I don't know any other way to do it besides a live stream. Like, say for example, this live stream, I can start sending out invite links and then invite people in. But in my regular videos, what I was thinking is maybe I can do like a 5-minute segment where people can just express their thoughts and feelings on certain things. So I think the best way, if I'm going to start to implement this in my videos, is really to get a hold of me on Discord, and somehow maybe we can do a DM and have a chat together where I can record like a 5 minutes. If you just want to, if somebody wants to talk about, say, the China EVs, or you want to talk about moving back to Canada from the US or something, I'm more than happy to have you express and just chat on my server, or say what you need to say, or if you really just want to vent, I'm open to having my platform available for that. So thank you, Tiffany, for the comment. Um, we got here from Andrew. You're good, GTL. No, really can't tell the difference. You've been so good. Thank you. I'm trying to improve. I'm not a professional at all. I'm a tech person trying to do. Yeah, I'm a tech person trying to be a content creator, which is really weird. So, but thank you for that. My small town, I grew up with cars, sporting bumper stickers that said God said it. I believe that settles it. I left the land of ignorance 3 years ago. That's why MAG is unreachable. I'm glad you've moved on, Ron. Who else we got? Now I'm calling myself out. I did French up until grade 11, and my French. I apologize to all of my French viewers in Quebec, but I totally forgot all my French. So I apologize. I can't read that one out. Um, GTL, your vids are consistently quality in my opinion. Thank you. I mean, maybe I'm being hard on myself, but I don't like my videos in terms of how the design and the appearances. That's why Raven and I have been talking about seeing how I can modernize my overlays and thumbnails and things like that. But if you're talking about the presentation and what I'm doing, I appreciate it, and I'm just a normal guy. I'm just trying to relate to everybody, and hopefully everybody relates to me. So. Prof Wayne, thanks for your insights. I've been enjoying your chats with GTL. Yeah, definitely. Raven, he'll be back on my channel. I think he'll be a regular on my channel if Wayne wants to be. So, Sylvia says thank you, and cheers, John. Bless you, GTL. Thanks for keeping. Bless you, GTL. Keep up the amazing work. Just a Canadian in Los Angeles. Thank you very much, Joseph. And yeah, there's a lot of Canadians in Los Angeles, and if you're ever interested, I'm always open to hearing people's feedback from inside the United States, right? So, you guys know that I've interviewed quite a few Canadians that have lived in the United States and are moving back to Canada. But Joseph, if you have a story, or if you um, if you or your friends are noticing things, or if there's anything that's going on in the US that you feel that the community needs to hear, just reach out to me, and I'll be very happy to jump on a call or an interview with you. Will you be around for the FIFA World Cup in Vancouver? That's a good question. I don't even know when FIFA World Cup is, but I'm planning possibly to come back to Vancouver in May or June, sometime around there. And then potentially the second time would be like maybe November or Christmas or something like that. So I'm not really too sure. But those are my potential dates to come back for a visit. So can't join Discord on phone. I don't have that problem. Don't use computer. I know some people have mentioned that they had problems with an age verification, but um, I don't know. Maybe reach out to me, hooked by Donnie, and or if you can, yeah, send me an email, and I'll talk to the Discord moderators to see if there's any problems with that. So, YUL Spotter, the GTF Discord has been very active since it's created. Yeah, I mean, um, don't forget though, it's also the GTL community, but it's also the enemy from within community. So, Josh and I have a lot of overlapping viewers. So, I think it's been pretty cool because we're getting a lot of perspective from the US, and we're getting a lot of perspective from Canada, and our two communities are just kind of blending in together and getting to know each other. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's been a great decision by Josh, and I'm very thankful that he decided to include me in it as well. So, um, yeah. So Tony says, Professor Wayne in the house. Cheers. Hope you have not had that issue. Um, I'm gonna try to speed through these. I think I got about another 10 minutes before my wife wants to go to sleep. So, yeah, Sylvia says she can't get onto the Discord as well, so it keeps age restricting. Yeah, so let me talk to the Discord mods um, tomorrow, and I will see if there's any way we can figure out the Discord age restrictions. So, Because yeah, I actually had that age restriction problem as well, but I kept refreshing, and it seems to be um, working for me. Um, Sorry, everyone. I'm just skimming through the comments. I don't think I can really get to all of them. So, Card Cray says, "Hello, GTL from the interior of BC. Looks like an early spring here, with most of the snow gone." You know what? I've actually heard that the snow this year in BC has, or at least the Lower Mainland, it's been a warm winter, and some of my friends have bought passes at Cypress, Grouse, and Seymour, and I guess there's not a lot of snow for them. So yeah, it sounds like. I guess BC's they're having the El Nino, or is it El Nina? One of the two that I guess you guys are having a warm winter. So, but great to hear from people in BC. So, um, let's see who else we got. Um, Sorry, I don't want to keep some make it sound like it's dead air, but um, I have the Discord app open when you're trying to join from an invite. Yeah, maybe Raven, that would work. But I guess for those on Discord, you have to register for an account first, then you got to invite yourself in. So um, I'm wondering what the best way is to help everybody out. Um, because those people, obviously we can't use the Discord because they're not in it. But maybe I can do a YouTube post or something to give people instructions, or maybe I'll create a separate video on it. I'll think of something. Um, GTL is the one channel I never miss. I listen to it every morning. Thank you to Squirrel. There's a lot of other content creators in Canada you should listen to, and I want to take this opportunity to give a mention. So, I mean, obviously, Klaus Kellerman, he's great at the more political side of things and economics. We got Todd Maffin, who is from Nanaimo, and when it comes to helping the healthcare professionals migrate to Canada, he or any, anybody wanting to migrate to Canada, he's the YouTube channel to go to. So Todd and I have had exchanges via email and back and forth, and I actually joined his Discord server. Todd has a Discord server as well, if anybody's interested. But I've been getting to know his community as well. So we also have Jason from Wrong Enough to Know Better. I just had a recent call with him, and the Planet D. I've only spoken to them by email, but I do hope to figure out a way to collaborate with them more in 2026. Also, Bill Kelly, had a call with him, and he is great. I mean, him and I think Bill Kelly. I'm not sure if they're listening right now. So, Madeline and Bill, if you guys are listening, I really want to thank you for your chat that we had after the call, because Bill, being a former broadcaster himself in Hamilton, he really gave me some tips and tricks on this whole content creation thing. So I want to thank Bill for kind of giving me the confidence to move on. So but yeah, I mean, there's lots of content creators that I would recommend everybody to also support as well. So but yeah, like I said, if there's more that I can do collaborations with, I'm more than happy to have a call with them. So um all right, I got another 10 minutes, I think. I think I can squeeze out another 10 minutes before my wife says, let's go to bed. Greet. So we got Crazy Texas greeting Mrs. GTL. She's not in the room. I think she's just waiting. She might actually be even listening right now. So we'll see. Ron says Epstein, Gamergate, AFD, Marine Le Pen, all connected. Yeah, it's kind of crazy what's going on in the US right now. I mean, I've kind of followed the Epstein stuff from, there are US channels that I do follow. Aaron Parnas is one of them. Who else? Keith Edwards, and uh, I can't remember the channel name. I always watch him, but I can't remember. Secular Talk, I think it is. But there's a few that are keeping me updated with what's going on in the U.S. And for me, I know I need to keep updated with what's going on, in case anything kind of filters over to Canada. So, but yeah, definitely a lot of crazy things going on in the U.S. right now. So, K Buddy says greetings from Richmond. Hey, like always nice to see people from home. And yeah, I mean, I love seeing cities that I'm very familiar with. M Miller says it's free and it's only proves that you're not a threat to Canada. So what is PP hiding? I'm not sure what you're referring to, but what is PPI? I'm guessing you're talking about his security clearance. But yeah, Arbutus RM says guard suggests you use two monitors, one in landscape, main layouts, second portrait. Um, Second in portrait, so you can put the chat and expand zoom to make it larger. That's actually a good idea. I actually do have multiple monitors right now, and I never thought about that because my computer that I do all of my content creation on only is attached to one of the monitors, but it is widescreen. So technically, I do have two browsers side by side, but never really thought about the vertical screen idea. So I'll definitely think about that for the next time I do this. Let's see. Andrew. Oh, I think I've already talked. Thanks for all you do. Also, thanks for showing some love for those in the US who are trying to be better. Um, I can't remember, Andrew, if I already read this out, but I'll read it out again. So, yeah, thank you so much for all you do, GTL. Also, thanks for showing some love for those of us in the US who are trying to be better. Yeah. I also want to apologize as well in case I do generalize and group everyone together. And I try my best not to. But like I said earlier in the stream, sometimes I get carried away. And sometimes, when I hear something so outrageous from your government or even some of your citizens on the right or whatever, sometimes I just want to say, you know what, screw it, you guys are on your own, right? But I always have to remember my friends in Hawaii who are also fighting against this. I remember my friends in California and even the community members who are fighting it, right? So you guys keep me grounded, and if I sounds like I am generalizing you guys, I do apologize for that. But there is one thing I do have to say though, is that I understand that there is a group that are trying to make the US better and trying to be better as well and fighting and being the resistance, right? But I also know that there is a big group that are very apathetic, and I do hope that the minds change for these people, and there is more that start to care about what their country is going through and what direction they're going. But for you, Andrew, and all the other U.S. citizens that support my channel, we support you as well, and stay safe, right? Because it's definitely getting a little bit dicey down there. Um, so yeah, thanks for the shout out. I watch every new post. I really appreciate it, Barbara. Um, Martin says hello, everyone. Canadian in Virginia here. We have a lot of Canadians in the U.S. there. Slow boat. Not sure what that means. Ottawa, Canada here. Your parents are more well traveled in Canada than you are. Oh, they are. Now they are. I'll admit it. I've only traveled within BC and Alberta once and Toronto for work. That's all. That's my extent of traveling in Canada. So, when I do settle back into Canada, I definitely have to make a trip back east. So, all right. So, the fact that I only got 8 minutes left, I'm gonna um, just see if I am missing any super chats. No, I think I'm caught up on the super chats. So, um, one more here. GTL is getting really creative. Is getting into the really hard winter season. Any chance you could open people's eyes to the non-Florida, Arizona spots? Um, I'm actually not sure what you mean. Like, any chance you could open people's eyes to the non-Florida, Arizona spots? So, if you're talking about outside of the United States, I've spoken to quite a few snowbirds that have relocated to Portugal. So some have sold their places in Florida and Arizona and purchased in Portugal, Spain. So if you want to go to Europe, I guess those are two locations you can go to. But quite a few have actually said that they've sold their places and just went a little bit farther south to Mexico or Costa Rica, or even the Dominican Republic. Some of them might not be buying places. I had a couple that told me that one of my snowbird videos, it compelled them to send me an email, and they sold their place in where was it, Sarasota or something like that, Florida. And what they actually did, they sold it early and they were ahead of the curve. So I think when the Orange McNugget was first elected, right after the election, they decided to sell, was able to sell within a week or something like that. And what they did is, instead of buying a new place in somewhere else in Mexico or whatever else, they just did a rental for long term. Like, so I think they did a 3 or 4 month long term rental instead of buying. So I mean, I guess if that's what you mean, I mean, there's people are going more south, anywhere south of the U.S. And Portugal, Spain have been two locations that people have told me, and some have just been staying home. But one other thing is, I mean, it might not sound like a warm, sunny, beach destination, but when I did my report on snowbirds migrating to Victoria, Victoria, um, I actually had somebody tell me that that's exactly what they did. So instead of RVing down to Florida or Myrtle Beach or anywhere around there, they decided to drive east or not east, west. There goes my dyslexia again. I think when I wanted to say west, but I said east. But what they did is they actually went to Victoria, and I guess my report that I did inspired them to reach out to me, and they said, "We can't go anywhere south. We don't want to drive through the US to go to Mexico." So the only option they had was to go to Victoria. And the Victoria weather, I don't know what it is right now, but I'm assuming it's probably about 5 to 10 degrees in the lower mainland. But they were firm that they wanted to go somewhere and they didn't want to cross the border. So Victoria was a place that they decided to go to. So hopefully that answers your question, but maybe I should do a video on that and try to see if I can give more insights to the Canadians still wanting to go somewhere. So that's a good idea for a video. So thanks, Bleak, for that. All right. I got about 4 minutes before I'm gonna cut this. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else urgent. Um I got a super chat from Atheist AI with the 8,000. I'm gonna say is that the yen? I'm not really too sure. But thank you for the 8,000. I think it's the yen. Boycott WestJet until they change their EU procurement to Canadian IT service companies. Yeah, that's actually. I mean, I gotta, me being in the tech industry. I mean, I really gotta kind of focus on this a little bit more. In terms of what tech people are using that are related to the United States. So definitely something that I think all Canadians have to be wary about. I did read that somewhere that Europe is no longer using Teams for their conferences, so they're moving away to a non-US platform. So I think it is starting to get to the point where governments are starting to think about privacy, and if you have your data with Google or Microsoft or any US company, it is technically a risk, right? So I mean, even now, I mean, for me, yeah, YouTube is a US company, but at the same time as well, there is not many other options for me to get my content out there. So I know Gander is still in production, and when that does come up, I am definitely going to have a presence on there. But we got to wait till that happens, right? So yeah, I think a lot of companies really need to start to kind of review what software and apps and subscriptions they're using. So um, all right, let me see if I can skim through these to see. Oh, I'm way behind in the comments. I see people commenting about Todd Maffin and Klaus, so I'm about 10 minutes behind on the comments. So I really apologize. Um, so yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. But this was just my first live chat. I mean, really wanted to kind of get outside my box and start trying something else new. And I also told Wayne too that is I need to get my confidence up first before I get him on to do a Q&A with me. So but yeah, I really appreciate you all taking the time to kind of sit and chat. I think it went well, hopefully, and I do plan on doing more of these as well. So I think maybe next time I do it, I might have more of a agenda or things to talk about. And maybe even if there is some guests that or viewers that want to jump on with me, I'm more than happy to send an invite out to you, and you can jump on and chat for like 5 or 10 minutes, and just say what you need to say, right? So let's see what we can do for the next time. How frequent I will do these, I'm not too sure yet. Um, someone told me I need to do these on a weekly basis, and I don't think I can. And maybe not because I don't want to, but my schedule. But I plan to do these maybe at least once a month, maybe twice a month if I have the time. So the next time I do have a live stream, I will give everybody more of a heads up. maybe a couple days heads up. But today was just more, start it and see what I can do and see how it goes. So, but the next live stream, I will definitely give everybody at least 1 or 2 days heads up before I start it. We have one last super chat from Mr. Present 99. My first super here. Just want to say thanks for what you do, and yeah, thank you, Mr. President, for the €5. This is all new to me as well, and I'm just testing as I go. But I think hopefully this first live stream went well, and the next one I feel a little more comfortable doing. So thank you for your super chat. All right, so I think I'm going to end it here. It's 1 a.m. my time, and yeah, I just want to thank everybody for their support. And if you are interested in joining the Discord, try to join the Discord with the links in my videos. And I know Tawny posted it in the server, but if you are having trouble connecting to the Discord server, just try to reach out to me on either email or even in the Reddit. Try to see if you can get one of the mods attention, and we'll try to see what we can do to get you into the Discord server. All right. I think that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, and I will catch you on the next live stream. Have a good rest of the day, everyone.